Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you all for coming tonight to our USY and Kadima Shabbat. We're really excited to have it. This will be our first one in a few years, so I'm really excited. I hope you all are too. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brooklyn Cohen. I am the president at CBS USY. I'm a junior at Valencia High School, and I've been involved in USY since I finished the Hebrew school. On and off here and there, but most recently I've been involved in the past 2 years through chapter and regional USY. And this year at our chapter level, we have done a lot coming back from COVID. Starting out, it was a little rough trying to find the balance between in-person and online and the transition and when it was okay, because I understood and we understood that it was a rough time, and a lot of people were hesitant to come back in person and to have our in-person events again. Our first event was we decorated the sukkah, we made all the decorations, and we even got to visit the Holocaust Memorial out in front. The person who created it was actually there, and he gave us really great information about it. He talked about it, what the symbolism was, and so it was a really great way to learn about that and also celebrate Sukkot. And then we got to put up our decorations at the end, which was really cool, so we got to see them actually in the sukkah. After that, we had a USY and Kadima movie night. Probably our biggest event this year, and we watched Emperor's New Groove, and we had one of the filmmakers, my uncle, came and did a Q&A. So that was really cool, and we got to hear about stories from the movie and what it was like to put that movie on the big screen, so that was really, really interesting. We created the Purim baskets this year. As we do every year, we came up with the idea, we got all the things for it, and we actually put them together. We made 300 bags or something. We had a good turnout to help make them, and afterward we followed that up with a movie night. We watched Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It was a very fun event for everybody who was there. We also this year had partner events with Temple Ramat Zion in the Valley. We had both senior USY and junior USY events, and we actually had some of our USYers here help lead the junior USY event there, which was really amazing. So Henry and Miranda, thank you again for that. So next year, leading in, I'm really excited to do more. I think this year we were a little trying to figure out where the balance was, like I said, and we had some times where we weren't doing anything, and it was kind of a dead period here and there. So my goal is to have more events and to be more visible here at CBS, have events monthly, every 2 months, whatever it takes to have more involvement here. I also want to have a board. This past year, it was mostly my dad and I, more my dad than me. Hey, junior year. But my goal is to have a full board, or at least as full as we can get, and have people to help and have USYers running every aspect of it. Because at most major chapters, most major temples out in the valley, they have a full board, they have people running everything. And that is my goal here. I think we have enough people, enough interest to do it. So I really want to have that as something we can accomplish this year. Like I said, we want to have more events, more fun, maybe events that are outside CBS, but we're also looking at a dance this year. I know in the past, CBS has hosted regional dance, but we want to have a CBS dance with all of our USYers and Kadima kids here, as well as invite some of the other chapters to come and have a really nice event for everybody sometime in the fall once school gets started, and once the sun goes down earlier so we can have it on a Saturday night. I also plan on increasing, like I said, visibility. My hope is to have more USY Shabbats. Maybe one, maybe more, who knows, we'll see when we get there. But just to also increase our membership and to have more people involved so that it's not just a come and hang out with the same people you've been hanging out with for 10 years. It's come and hang out with different grades, build different relationships, and then also incorporate people from other chapters to build those relationships too, because that is something that, having been to regional events and having experienced those things, those are people where I wouldn't normally have met them, but having met them through USY, they have become some of my best friends, and they're people that I know I will continue being friends with after high school. I want to thank CBS for their support through having this wonderful service, and then also with the support through all of our events. Being able to do the Purim baskets here, host our events here, it was really great help, and CBS does a lot for us, so we're very thankful. We're very thankful for Cantor and Rabbi for letting us have the stage for the night, or the pulpit, not stage. Yikes. So thank you for letting us take over. I would like to introduce our Kadima and USY kids. We've all graciously stepped up to help lead this. And some of us are stepping out of our comfort zones maybe a little bit. But I'm really excited for tonight, and I really want to thank you all for participating. I'm thanking you ahead of time. So with that, I want to get started. So we've already lit the Shabbat candles. At home. Yeah, at home. So first we're going to start with an English reading. Ryan, can you come up? The English reading is called A Prayer for Lighting Shabbat Candles. It can be found on page 4.
Each week at this hour, descending into darkness, I return to you, my arms laden with prayers. I light the candles and praise, the week's happiness, blessings, miracles, new flowerings, new babies, new openings, new hope. I light the candles and implore, restore health, delay, decay, subdue suffering, feed, clothe, shelter, light the way to peace. Each week for these moments, you are with me. You hear, you are with me, here as the darkness descends, lighting the way to peace. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. Moving on, we're going to turn to page 5 for Shalom Aleichem. Tali?
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei
Thank you, Tali. Next, we're going to have the Lachado D on page 23. Ethan, where's Ethan? Ethan.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, pene shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, hishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad Shemo echad, l'shem al tiferet v'liti la 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 lehadoti, likrat kala, pene shabbat nekabela. Lecha lehadoti, likrat kala, pene shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orech kumi ori, uri shir daberi. Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat Nekabela.
Please rise and face the back of the sanctuary.
Boi v'shalom ateret ba'ala. Gam besimcha u'betzalchala. Toch emunei am segula. Boi hala, la 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 lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. Penei Shabbat Nekabela.
You can please be seated. And now Cantor is going to come up for two prayers.
Please turn to page 27. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name, Most High, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Please join me in Mizmor Shir. Mizmor Shir liyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Ulzamer l'simcha elyon, Ulzamer l'simcha elyon. Mizmor Shir liyom HaShabbat, Tov lehodot l'Adonai, Ulzamer l'simcha elyon, Ulzamer l'simcha elyon. Please turn to page 30. Those observing yard sites and anyone in mourning, please rise and join in the Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, on page 30. Together, Yitkara v'yikara Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'amlich malchutei, ve'chaye echon ve'yom echon ve'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yahei Shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal. Shmei dekudusha barichu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yahei Shlama Rabbah min Shemayo. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen.
Next, we're going to move to the Baruch Hu on page 39A. Hannah and Tali, please come up. And will the congregation please rise?
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai, Hamevorach.
Next, we have an English reading Oh, the congregation can sing. All right. Next, we have an English reading titled God and Nature. Caleb, can you please come up? You can find this reading on page 39A on the left side of the page.
God and Nature, an interpretive translation. Beloved are you, eternal God, by whose design the evening falls, by whose command dimensions open up and eons pass away, and stars spin in their orbits. You set the rhythms of day and night, the alteration of light and darkness sings your creating world. In rising sun and in spreading dusk, creator of all, you are made manifest, eternal, everlasting God. May we always be aware of your domination. Beloved are you, Adonai, for this hour of nightfall.
Next, we have on page 40, Ahavat Olam, Eli.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Am Ha'avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, V'shachbeinu u'vekumeinu, Nasiach v'kecha, v'divrei Toratecha, u'b'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki hem hayenu, ve'orech yameinu, u'vahem negei yomam v'layla. Ki hem hayenu, ve'orech yameinu, u'vahem negei yomam v'layla. Ki hem hayenu, ve'orech yameinu, u'vahem negei yomam v'layla. Ki hem hayenu, ve'orech yameinu, u'vahem negei yomam v'layla. Behavatzecha, al tasir mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai. Ohev amo Yisrael. Amen.
I would now like to call Ari and Daniel Cooper, Arthur Cohen, and Kensington Cohen. Sorry, Kenzie. I just was reading the paper. To lead us in Shema Ve'ahavta and the Montes crew, which can be found on pages 41 and 42. Starting on page 41.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol levavecha, u'b'chol nafshecha, u'b'chol me'odecha, ve'hayu Hadarim ha'ela, asher anochi metzavecha, hayon al levavecha, v'shinatam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha v'beitecha, u'leptecha b'derech, u'shakvecha u'lemecha, u'shtartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'einecha, u'tavetam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha.
We will now read silently till the bottom of page 42. Middle of the bottom paragraph. Yeah.
It's
Then you will remember and fulfill all my mitzvot and be holy before your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God.
Tizkeru v'asitem eko mitzvotai vehitem kedoshim Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hoseti echem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lahem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai Elohechem. Amen.
Now we will turn to page 44 for the Micha Mocha, Henry and Sam. Do you guys want the same words? No? No fun. You're no fun. Put the same words.
Yai lai 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 la 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 yai lai 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 yai la lai la lai lai yai lai la lai lai yai lai la la lai yai la la lai 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 la lai mi chamo chava elim Adonai mi chamo chanedar b'kodesh nora tehilo do sefele Nora tehilo do sefele Malchutecha ra'u ve'anecha Pokei ayom lifnei Moshe Ze'eli anu ve'amru Ze'eli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed Mochava elim Adonai Mikamocha nedar b'kodesh Nora tehilo do sefele Nora tehilo do sefele
We now turn to page 45 for an English reading titled Peace in the Night. Will be led by Zach Rubin. And it can be found on, didn't even look. Well, no, like what side of the page?
Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully, awaken us to life. O Sovereign, spread us your canopy of peace, restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us, shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate, ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people, Israel, and over Jerusalem.
We now, stay on page 45. Well, that's convenient. Wait, hold on. 1 second. Finding it. No? Jeez. There it is. Okay. For Hashgiving. Ufros aleinu sukkot, sukkot, shlomecha, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo kol amo Yisrael. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. We now turn to page 46 for the Vishamra. Ethan? Is that what this is? Wait. Yeah, Ethan. And will the congregation please rise?
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam.
We stay on page 46 for the Hatzi Kaddish. Caleb? Bird?
Yitgadol, v'yitgada Shemei Rabba. Ve'amad yirah yirotei ve'amlich malchutei v'chayehon v'yom echon u'vayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala, u'bizman kariv ve'imeru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabba mevorah. Leolam lo leomaya yitbara v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalo shemei v'kudesha berihu le'elam yimcho birchata b'shirata tushbechata v'nehemata damiram v'ma ve'imeru. Amen.
And now we, on page 47, the Amida. Silent. And when you're done, you may be seated. We now turn to page 54 for the Kaddish Shalom. Miranda.
Ikadal v'ikadash meraba. Be'alma divrach yortei ve'amlich malchutei b'ha'echona v'machonu v'ha'yei tehol Beit Yisrael b'hagala v'zman kari v'imeru. Yehi shmeraba mevorach le'olam lo me'omaya. Yitbarach v'shabach v'pa'ar v'droman v'yitnaseh v'tadar v'taleh v'talal shemei dekudesha. Richu le'lo min kol berchata v'shirata. Tishbachata v'nechamata da'amiram be'alma v'imeru. Titkabal slot ona uva utonda hor Israel kadama vuhonda v'shemaya ve'imeru. Yehi shlomer rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'oko Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'oko Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen.
We're now going to do the Mishabera on There Is No Page. Huh? Yeah. Page not in the book.
So we now take this opportunity to offer prayers of healing, refuah shlema, to those in our community. Please rise at your seats. Aaron? Andrew? Debbie?
Eileen Rothschild, USY.
Rob?
Eileen Glaser, Tracy Wright.
Betsy?
Brian Gross, Donna Ronte, Jackie Odell, Susan Pearson, Anna Newman, Marie Newberg, Lori Newton, Anna Reach Full, Judy Barnett, Taylor Jones Marino, Tasha Pope, Patron Nepistefas, victims of the Laguna Woods, victims of Uvalde, Texas, medical staff at Encino Hospital, Denise Robinson, Debbie Hogan, Carol Wilson.
Penny? Sherry? Sonia? Thank you. And thank you. And as a community, we send refuah shlema to Trixie Reif, Vicki Hauptman, Mimi Hiller, Zev Ben Brofman, Sandy Leone, Judith Gans, Joanne Bardfield, Susan Reed, Lee Oxendine, Stephen North, Jennifer Berman, Christine Barnes, and Cheryl Johnson. Mishabera. Mishabera avotenu makor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberath imotenu makor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We now turn to page 55, the Kiddush, Jackson and Avery. And will the congregation please rise? You guys ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
not a book. Aleinu leshabel adon hakol, atet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kagoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kamish bechod ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu keho hamona. Anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malkei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu notei shamayim veyosed haaretz umosef yukaro bashamayim ima'al ushchinatu zo Begohe meromim, Hu Eloheinu Eino, Emet Malkeinu Efesulato, Kakatu Betorato, Veyadatayom Behashivota, Bota Elevavecha. Ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim ba shamayim mima ve'al ha'aretz mitachat einot.
As it is written in your Torah, the Lord shall reign forever and ever. And as the prophet said, the Lord shall be acknowledged sovereign over all the earth. On that day the Lord shall be one, and his name one.
Kakatu b'toratecha Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol ha'aretz Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad Ushemo echad.
We now turn to page 58 for an English reading entitled The Blessing of Memory. Avery. And the congregation sit. Seated. I don't know what to do. You know.
It is hard to sing of oneness when our world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our life have gone, and nothing but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were, in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives most fully, even in the shadows of our loss. Each life is a whole world, and each is the breath of the divine. In affirming God, we affirm the worth of each one of whose life, now ended, brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone and every life finds purpose. Thank you.
We now stay on page 58 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Rabbi?
And for those who are observing Yortzeit or are in a state of mourning, we ask that you rise from the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 58. In this week's Yortzeits, Norma Brofman, mother of Linda Zayon, Samuel Fisher, father of Neil Fisher, Pearl Klein, mother of Betsy Klein, Minnie Levine, grandmother of Linda Horton, Marvin Nathan, father of Stuart Nathan, Mildred Summers, aunt of Linda Horton, Alex Stelnick, father of Karen Greenberg, Michael Taylor, cousin of Jennifer Schuper, Daniel Wilkin, father of Doug Wilkin, and Randall Wald, brother of Susan Reed. Again, the Mourner's Kaddish on page 58. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah, ve'alma divra chirutei, ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, bagala uvizman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabbam varach le'olam u'me'omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yoma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Osei shalom bin romav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony and peace in the heights create harmony and peace for us, for all Israel and all humankind, and let us all say Amen. Please be seated. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And Cantor, you wanted to do this more often. We should do this every week. I love it. I love it. And I wanted to just thank you all for coming out tonight. It's a very special night for us at Congregation Beth Shalom. As many of you walked up, you saw our Tot Shabbat. We had a potluck dinner for the preschool. A lot of great energy. And then, of course, what we're doing here tonight with USY and our Youth Shabbat. And one of the things I just wanted to say is thank you all for all of our youth for coming out tonight. This is something that has been several years in the making, and it's just so wonderful. And when you look at our Siddur, it's the Lev Shalem, a full heart. I think all of us have a full heart tonight as we sit here and hear our youth participate and lead us. The truth of the matter is that the Jewish people, it's not so much about our leaders, it's about our upcoming leaders. It is about who will be. The human condition is one in which there are two really distinguishing parts to humanity. And that is that we have a vivid memory. We all can remember the past. And there is something so amazing that we all have a fantastic ability to look into the future, the ability to be able to see what possibilities can come. And there is a wonderful midrash that discusses really this in a unique way. And Rabbi Eliezer said in the name of Rab Chanina that says, all of your children shall be taught by God, and your children shall increase the peace. Children, your children shall increase peace. What does it mean to increase peace? It literally means shalom. Literally means to make whole. That if you want to find a way in which to be complete in this world, look at your children. Look at the way in which children behave. Look at how you behave when you are around children. The fact of the matter is that my wife, Leah, pointed out we had the best spot because everyone came down and we got to congratulate them. But what's even more is that if you had an opportunity and you looked, I'm sure you looked at your children when they were up here, right? If it was your kid, it was the most amazing thing, right? But if you looked at all the children, you saw such a huge smile on their faces. Now, it may have been because they were finished with what they had to do and they were just excited that they were done. But the reality is that there is a smile, and that is a pure smile, one of true, pure joy. And we as adults need to learn from that. Too often we are concerned with our worries, our concerns, our problems. We only need look at our children. And the Midrash continues, that's how we increase peace, through our children. But it says, do not read the word for your children as benaich. You should read it as boneich. Now, the root for children, as we know, is ben or benai. B'nai mitzvah you are familiar with, banim. But it is the same root as to build. That we should not look at as our children as just children. That this is the possibility. This is the possibility, not just of the future, but the ability to build something great, to build something of a future, to build shalom into this world. Last week, if you were here, you heard me talk about the importance of the breath of children and that we need to be concerned about allowing them the opportunity to breathe. That's what we spent last week. This week, we should look at our children in a way in which we can ask them, work with them, and fit them to be able to be builders of the world. Too often we look back. We need to look forward into what we are building. And I am so proud tonight that each and every one of our children that participated, that were here, and all of our parents and all of our community, this is our community. People who are excited about the possibility of building. So ultimately the question is on this Shavuot, when we, Kabbalat, Ol HaTorah, that this is the time in the Zman Matan Toratenu, in the time in which we receive our Torah, what are you receiving and what are you giving? I hope that all of us this week in this Shavuot consider what we are giving to our children and that we help to fit them to be builders in the world that we are going to live in and that they are going to live in. Shabbat Shalom. I also, I'm forgetting something. That's what it is. It really wasn't, but okay. So let us turn, let me get the page number, please forgive me. We do need to count the Omer because this is the very last night, and tomorrow night is, of course, Shavuot. So join us tomorrow night. We will be celebrating Shavuot together with Temple Beth Ami on their campus as we learn Torah and have some dairy foods, maybe some ice cream. I know we're bringing cheesecake. Bring your kids at 7 o'clock. It should be a wonderful time. If you're older, bring your Lactaid. So we are counting our Omer. If you could turn to page 63. We say the bracha together, Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Kiddushanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Al Sfirat HaOmer. Today is the 49th day, so we turn now to page, please forgive me for taking a moment here, page 70, thank you, Cantor, at the very bottom of the page, Hayom Tish'a V'arba'im Yom Shehem Shivat Shavuot LaOmer. Today is 49 days, 7 weeks of the Omer, and we say Amen. Shabbat Shalom, Yasher Koach to all of our participants tonight, and for all of us, we wish you all a Shabbat Shalom. Am I good? Okay.
Before we get to the announcements and Adon Olam, I do want to give a quick shout out. Gigi, you taught me everything I know about leading USY, about running the chapter, and I don't think I've ever thanked you, or I don't think I've thanked you enough. When I first started, or when I really got involved, there wasn't a big USY here. There was very few members, and Gigi and Nora took the reins and were able to build this chapter, and I got to watch them do their thing for 3 years, and it was truly amazing to see how much work they put into this program and how much work they put into build up this chapter and get it on a regional level and make our chapter known. And I got to see that in action, and I am so thankful for that. And like I said, you taught me everything I know, so thank you. And now, announcements? Rob coming? I thought you were going to come up.
Yes, I will come up when I am invited to come up.
Right.
Shabbat Shalom. It's been like more than 2 years since I've given an announcement, so I'm not sure I remember how, but I'm pretty sure the good stuff is on the blue paper you got when you came in, and on the back is where the upcoming events are. Real quick, before we get to that, I do want to say to the USYers and Kadima members, you guys did a fantastic job tonight. We had, those of you who are keeping track, 19 different USY and Kadima members lead parts of the service today. I know for a fact that that is more participation than the men's club had at the men's club Shabbat. And I love the sisterhood so much, I'm not going to say anything about comparing the USY Shabbat to the sisterhood Shabbat. But I'm pretty sure we had more participants than that one as well. I don't know for a fact. So in actuality, though, the people I need to be thanking are the parents. Thank you to all of you for volunteering your children to participate in the services. I'm pretty sure that the children were told, not asked, and so I appreciate that immensely. As the youth director, youth advisor, youth wannabe, it really helps to have the parents buy into what USY and Kadima is trying to do. And it really is the parents who will make sure that we still have a vibrant chapter, because you're the ones that are going to RSVP to me about events. You're the ones that are going to drive the kids to the events, and you're the ones that are going to support the kids when they say they don't want to come. I want to thank Melissa Goodman especially for taking over volunteering to help run Kadima this year. A little bit of a slow start, but we're picking up steam. We are a volunteer synagogue. And a couple weeks ago we had a Shabbat where we celebrated our volunteers. The synagogue runs because of all of us who volunteered to make it run. And USY and Kadima especially requires the volunteers. So thank you, Melissa. Thank you to all the parents who came and supported. Everybody who told me what their kids could eat and couldn't eat. Everybody who came and dropped their kids at popcorn and movie nights. Everybody who helped put together the Purim baskets. Everybody who bought a Purim basket. I don't know if Brooklyn mentioned it, but the Purim baskets is USY's major fundraiser of the year. And that's how we then get to pay for all the other events. And we're planning on doing more events next year, like Brooklyn said, including more regional events. We'd like to get more of our kids to go to encampments, go to more of the keynoces that are throughout the Southwest chapter, and even to some of the more national and international events. So we've got a lot on tap. It's going to be a busy summer because the USY board is going to be getting together to plan next year. Probably going to do a lot better job than I did all on my own last year. So thank you, and please, 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 if email's not the best way to get in touch with you, please tell me what the best way is. Because you saw the emails have like 80 people on it, and I typically get 3 responses. So if the messages are not getting to the parents, please let me know, because you're the ones who are going to make sure that we can keep the USY and Kadima vibrant and active. That being said, and the reason why I'm talking so much is there's an ice cream cake in the back, and Lori Malin said, we needed 10 minutes for it to thaw. So that's 10 minutes. I don't know how many seconds that is, but it's like probably 10 times 60. I don't really do that kind. Anyways.
600.
And at this point, I'm sure the ice cream is melting. So, Shavuot service is tomorrow night at 7. Shavuot Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Next Saturday, you're all going to want to be here. Rabbi Siegel's son, Benjamin, is having his bar mitzvah. Sunday the 12th is the last day of Hebrew school. Also, it's a movie, the CBS film series, A Starry Sky Above the Roman Ghetto. Dining for Dollars, June 21st at BJ's. And the CBS Gala, you don't want to miss it. Sunday the 26th. Get your tickets, make sure you come, sponsor something to do with it. We're sponsoring the bar. So enjoy the bar, sponsored by Rob and Amy. And thank you to Brooklyn for leading. Thank you, Cantor Ray and Rabbi, for letting us take over. And Shabbat Shalom.
Hey, wait, hold up. Quick, before we get to Adon Olam, I just want to echo, come to regional, please. Because I'm going to get in my pitch. Please come. It was sad being the only one from CBS there when I had to say, yep, just me. So please come. We have 3 to 4 different regional events coming up this year, depending on how involved you want to get. But please come. So with that, we'll turn to page 211. And I would like to invite up all the Kadima and USYers present, not just the ones who already participated, everybody. And take your siddur you need for Adon Olam.
God, get out of here. Kensington.
So we're gonna do
Yeah, duh.
of course. All of it.
Yes.
I want all of it.
The full
We're just setting you here and I'm going to help
Everything. The
back.
full row. You get it. I'm trying to find 211. Yeah.
I'm just going to call you Kensington.
Ready? You guys ready? Who wants to start?
You're right in the middle.
Adon Olam, Asher Malam,
V'terem kol yitzir nivra, ding dong le'nasa, v'hefzakol, azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam, ve'al ha'arei tiflo takol, le'ado himot nora Adon Olam, ve'hu haya, ve'hu homer, ve'hu yeh v'tifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher
Yitzirni Ding Dong Lei Nasav Vesakol Azai Melech Shemoni Kra Adon Olam Vehu Echad Ve'ein Sheni Le'lati Lo Lahachkira Adon Olam Ve'li Reishi Ve'li Tachlit Ve'lo Ha'oz V'chakira Adon Olam Adon Olam Asher Malam V'terem Kol Yitzirni Ding Dong Lei Nasav Vesakol Azai Melech Shemoni Kra Adon Olam Vehu Eli V'hai Goli V'tzur Hevli V'etzara Adon Olam Vehu Nisi Humanosli V'nachasli V'yom Ekra Adon Olam Adon Olam Asher Malam V'terem Kol Yitzirni Ding Dong Lei Nasav Vesakol Azai Melech Shemoni Kra Adon Olam Ve'ado Avki Ruhi Ve'tisham Ve'ayira Adon Olam Ve'ruhi Gebiati Adonai Li Ve'lo Ira Adon Olam